Here are 5 mistakes that can ruin your jewelries. And my number one is not taking it off. Okay, I see some people wear their jewelries every day. Probably they're just lazy to remove it, or they prefer it that way. But then it can ruin your jewelries because you're exposing them to harsh chemicals like perfumes, body creams, and the rest of them. So that way your jewelries can be damaged. Okay, so my number two is not storing your jewelry properly. These days there's a lot of jewel boxes, jewel organizers for your jewelry. So the perfect way to properly keep your jewelries is a jewelry box. And they have different types, different prices, different kinds, okay, and some of them are quite affordable, so you would want to get one for all your jewelries. Okay, my number three is improper cleaning of jewelries. People will most likely jump onto DIY's method, but it's important that you note the proper way to clean your jewelries, the proper chemicals or water or whatever to use to keep your jewelries clean, so you do not damage your jewelries. Okay, so my number four is exposing them to your beauty products. Okay, again, things like perfumes, creams, serums, they can damage your jewelry. Okay, so it's important that you keep them away from such. That is why it's also important that you take them off, probably when you want to go into the shower and the rest of them, and you store them properly. Okay, so my number five is not wearing enough jewelry. I know not wanting to wear your jewelry all the time, to you might think you're keeping them safe, but the reverse might be the case. Okay, because normally there are natural sterling silver wares, jewelries that are naturally going to wear off or tarnish over time. It's just natural that they will tarnish over time. So you want to wear your jewelries, and sometimes wearing them can keep them safe. Okay, so not wearing enough jewelry can also damage your jewelries, wanting to preserve them for special occasions. So yeah, that's my number five tips, or let's say number five mistakes people make that ruin their jewelries. And I'll see you in my next. Bye.